Have you ever wondered about your baby's brain and how they come into the world? The first 1,000 days of life are a time of tremendous brain development, the steepest, the fastest rate of development in our whole lives. But babies don't come into the world as a blank slate. Your baby's brain and personality has already been developing before they were born. Newborns show us in so many ways how they come into the world with behaviors and skills that allow them to engage you as their precious caregiver. They want to have a relationship with you. Just look at how this baby's gaze into our eyes just pulls us in to wanting to get to know him. And it's very exciting for your baby to meet you. So they have other skills, like bringing his hand to his mouth to help him stay calm under all of that excitement. So babies can see, and they want to be seen. They even prefer looking at faces and want those faces to look back at them. Babies can hear, and they want to be heard. They've been able to hear before they were even born, and they'll even prefer the voices of people who they've been hearing while they were inside of you. And remember what I was just saying about babies being able to see and prefer faces? They can see and follow both objects and faces, and yet they pay attention to faces in a different way than they do to objects. You might notice the differences in this baby as he interacts with an object, as he sees the object, versus how he looks when he's looking at a person's face. Look how seeing a bright object seems to alert his whole body, while looking at a person and listening to the person talk to him calms him and quiets his body, even his face. Babies have different responses depending on what and who they're engaging with. And they have lots of other skills too. Sometimes society makes parents feel judged when a baby cries, but this is your baby's way of letting you know that they have a need that needs to be met. And when you do meet that need, your baby builds their trust in you. Don't worry. It takes a lot of trial and error, sometimes to figure out what a new baby needs. But that process helps you both get to know each other and learn about each other. And some babies are way more sensitive than others and might cry more and more easily. And some babies might let you know that they need a break from whatever is going on just by turning away. Over the first few weeks after a baby is born, you'll get a sense of their basic needs like hunger or cold or wetness that can make them cry. Sometimes they're just looking for company. They want you to visit with them. And you'll get a sense of what kinds of activities tend to bring on your baby's discomfort or crying. And as you get to know your baby, you'll figure out whether they have their own preferences, right? Based upon their own personality. And as you spend time with your baby, you'll get to know what kind of sights and sounds and touch that she most prefers. And these preferences can tell you a lot about her. When the baby is awake, but her body is quiet, that's a great time to spend looking at her and talking to her. And that actually helps to build her brain. Newborns also know how to use other people to help them to calm and soothe and regulate themselves. And of course, you as their parent plays a big role in helping the baby to stay awake or helping them to stay asleep or go to sleep. So a baby who's crying, for example, They need support to help them transition out of that crying state. And that means that they're looking to the grown-ups around them to help them to regulate and make those transitions. Talking to the baby, seeing the combination of your voice and your face and your touch, helping them get their fingers, their hands to their mouth can all help that baby to make those transitions, whether it's on the way up from sleeping or the way back down from awake to sleeping, when babies might go through that fussy period as they make those transitions. Talking to your baby and even holding on to their hands and bringing them into the middle of their body, that helps them to not startle so easily. Swaddling them up and holding them and rocking them are all ways that you can help them make those transitions in their state. Even in their sleep, babies have skills, right? New babies know how to protect their sleep. You might notice sounds or lights that go on in the environment, and your baby might show an initial reaction and then show less reaction, because as they are protecting their sleep and allowing their bodies to stay asleep, even with that stimulation going on, they know so much. And getting to know your real baby is such an adventure, right? Before your baby was born, you probably imagined who your baby might be like and who yourself as a parent might be like and feel like. But often when we're waiting for a baby to be born, we're imagining a baby who's already a few months old, and then along comes the newborn, right? Watch her, right? What's the range of her states? From deeply asleep to light asleep to drowsy to waking up, quietly alert, all the way through to being fussy or crying. How easily does she shift back and forth between those ways of being? Are they smooth and predictable? Are they more abrupt and unpredictable? How easily does she cry? How easily does she soothe? Babies differ from each other in all those different dimensions, right? And watching her and trying new things is going to help you to discover who your baby's real temperament is, that serves as the foundation for her personality. Mostly try to enjoy this special time, just having fun with baby, watching her, holding her, singing to him, touching him, right? And getting enough support for yourself from other adults so that you can enjoy this special time.